Blog Talk Radio.
This is Justin Ruff, and I listen to Madison Media Radio, music with a purpose.
Give it to me like I paid for it, babe. Put it down in a major way. Try to run you on my make you go crazy. How you thinking about it every day? So could you put my name on it, babe? Say you ready, so we bout to say. And if you want it, girl, just be blunt. You want my love, I got enough. I'ma give it to you, baby. Don't stop, keep it coming right up. Don't stop, keep it coming right up, babe. Don't coming right out, don't stop, keep it coming right out, baby. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, watch me give it to you, baby. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, I'ma give it to you, baby. You should say, watch me give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. You been saying that you on the way. Hurry up, babe, I ain't trying to wait. When you pull up in the driveway, let us see you in the black heels, babe. Cause it's talking, it ain't nothing to say. You've been working hard, now it's time to play. So what you waiting on? Tell me what you waiting on. And if you want it, girl, just be blunt. You want my love, I got enough. I'ma give it to you, baby. Don't stop, keep it coming right up. Don't stop, keep it coming right up, babe. Don't stop, keep it coming right up. Don't stop, keep it coming right up, babe. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, watch me give it to you, baby. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, I'ma give it to you, baby. You should say, watch me give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. I'ma give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. I'ma give it to you, baby. Watch me give it to you, baby. And if you want it, girl, just be blunt. You want my love, I got enough. I'ma give it to you, baby. Don't stop, keep it coming right up. Don't stop, keep it coming right up, babe. Don't stop, keep it coming right up. Don't stop, keep it coming right up, babe. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, watch me give it to you, baby. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work. You should say, I'ma give it to you, baby. You know, I'ma give it to you, baby. You should say, watch me give it to you, baby. Girl, watch me work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Music with a Purpose. I'm your host, Madison, and I'm on the move to bring you the hottest artists from all around the world. Today on our show, we have a talented artist that goes by the name of Justin Ruff. He was a contestant on Windy City's Live Search for a Superstar. I want to welcome Justin Ruff to our show.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
We're going to start from the beginning and work our way to the current. Justin, can you tell us how you became a part of Windy City Live Search for a Superstar?
Yeah, actually, a friend of mine set me for the audition. I actually wasn't going to do it, and she called me and said, well, think again, you're going. So I ended up going to the audition, not having any expectations of advancing forward in the process. But, luckily, by the grace of God, I was able to be named one of the top 12 singers out of 800. So it's a pretty big blessing there.
I know Kimberly Light gave you a lot of great advice on the show. Did you ever consider going on American Idol?
I've actually done a lot of those shows. I've gone for American Idol and The Voice and X Factor and all those different shows. And the result was never what I wanted it to be, which was to advance forward. So that's why I was a little hesitant when it came time to do the Windy City Live show. I didn't have many expectations. After being told no so many times, you kind of give up hope on those things. So this was I was pretty surprised, shocked when they called my name, actually.
I know you come from Ohio. How is the music scene different from the Chicago scene?
It's not really jumping there. So that was the reason that I made the transition to Chicago. The music scene there isn't as wide as it is here. So definitely felt like this was the closest to home, but also somewhere where I could really jump into the music scene and do some things. So it's very different. Very different.
Do you keep up with any of the contestants on Windy City Live, like Glenn Kimball?
Yeah, Glenn actually, he's been really supportive. He actually, a month after the show, he came out. I released an EP entitled Introducing Justin Ruff, and he was there front and center. So I keep in touch with him. I've kept in touch with Amani, Michael Lynch. He was just on The Voice. I've talked to him from time to time. So I think it's really important to keep those bonds and those friendships with other artists that are, going for the same dream as you. So I definitely make sure that I keep in touch with those guys, definitely.
How has the mainstream radio treated you here in Chicago? How have they responded?
Yeah, we've submitted music recently, and we're just waiting to see if they're going to, put it in consideration. They create a great platform for artists such as myself, up-and-coming artists such as myself, and I think that we definitely want to take advantage of that. So hopefully we'll be hearing, some good news from them on if they decide to play the music or share it or however they want to go about doing it. But, we've definitely seen the impact that they have in the city and definitely taken advantage of that.
Okay, I've listened to the EP. And your music kind of take a lot of different directions. How would you classify your music?
Feel good. I think that, with this EP, Introduced to Justin Ruff, we definitely wanted to show all the different facets of Justin Ruff. And, I've got a heavy jazz background, very intertwined in R&B music, hip-hop music. I grew up on soul music. My mother sings as well, and she's really heavy in the soul lane. So all those different facets of me, all those different feels that I have, I wanted to incorporate that all in one. So, yeah, like you said, they take different directions, but I think the thing is that it all fits. At the end of the day, it's all still Justin Ruff, and I think that my listeners still get the picture, even though you do have, these poppy records, these more hip-hop records, these more soulful Prince-type records and things like that. I think at the end of the day, it all comes home into one great melting pot, if you would put it that way.
What are the artists that you look up to?
I have a nice amount of artists that inspire me. I listen to all types of music. I'm a 90s baby, so I'm definitely a huge fan of people like Maxwell and D'Angelo. I love Prince. He's probably one of my all-time favorites. And then, I grew up, like I said, the soulful lane, so people like Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, Stevie Wonder. And then from school, high school, I was exposed to a great deal of jazz artists, so like Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Louis Armstrong, Al Jarreau is probably one of my all-time favorites. So a nice wide range of artists that I listen to that add and inspire the Justin Ruff sound.
When can we expect a full-length CD from Justin Ruff?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. And I didn't want to tell anybody, but I am actually working on an album. It's going to be entitled The Rough Draft, and it's going to come out summer of 2014. We're actually doing the songwriting now, getting the studio session set up, meeting with a couple people that want to add production to it, have some great songwriters and producers in the city helping out with this, putting a hand in. So summer 2014, the Rough Draft will be here.
Who helped you produce this EP, Introducing Justin Ruff?
Well, with this one, I didn't branch out as much. So most of the songs, a good friend of mine, E. Lilly, produced most of the songs, including my favorite one, Take My Time. And then I also had a friend of mine did one of the songs. My friend Mike did one of the songs. As far as the songwriting, I did most of the songwriting, and then I have my best friend, Sarah Grant, who's also my background singer, a best friend of mine, my prayer partner, also stepped in and helped with some of the writing. Yeah, a few different hands in on this one. Some people that I trust and that really, support the movement. I thought it was very necessary to include them in the first EP for Justin Ruff.
I've really been enjoying your music. I like this cut, Take My Time. Can you introduce your single, Taking My Time, and give us a concept of how you came up with the song?
Yeah, definitely. The next song you guys are going to hear is Take My Time, that I wrote for the EP. And this song really hit home for me. With this song, after writing it and hearing it laid down with the production and the vocals, I decided that this is what I really wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I kind of locked in on who Justin Ruff was at that moment. The inspiration behind it is pretty much all the black women. I think about my mother and my grandmother and my sister and the women that raised me, how inspirational they were and how great of a job they did with me through all the struggle. So, with this song, pretty much I'm saying, I'm talking to and about black women. I think a lot of times we don't see the appreciation for black women that we should see in our music today. And I wanted to take this opportunity to express how a woman, in my situation, a black woman, should be treated.
Here's Justin Ruff, Taking My Time. Taking My Time. I really did enjoy that song, Mr. Justin Ruff.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Being an artist, do you ever consider going mainstream, or would you rather stay independent?
I think that, that's something that we're discussing now too. Exactly what lane we want to take. I don't think there's anything wrong with the mainstream lane, and I think that's something I would consider. I think the biggest thing now is really getting my name out here, getting people to know who I am, building that fan base, and then from there seeing, which direction we want to take. But I have considered, getting signed as opposed to doing the whole indie thing. I have considered that.
I always want to know from my indie artists, with the internet, how have you promoted your music over the internet? How has social media helped you in getting the name Justin Ruff out to the people?
Yeah, it definitely has helped a lot. With the EP, I made it a digital download thing. It's free and allow people to do it that way. And then also just submitting it to different blogs in different cities, blogs within the city, reaching people that way. I think the social media is amazing because you're able to reach people that, may not necessarily come to a show because they're not in the city, or may not necessarily know who you are because, they're not from the city, or maybe they don't listen to that type of music. So it's been pretty awesome, very helpful, made some really nice connections throughout the different states, throughout the Midwest. So I think it's been very helpful, and I know we'll continue to use it. I think any artist would probably say that it's been really helpful.
As you produce your new full-length CD, are there any mainstream artists that you would probably like to work with on that CD if you had the chance?
I really believe in, especially with it being my first project, I really believe in, having those, because I have some really talented friends, rappers, singers, producers that need to be showcased just as well as I do. So I think for this, my main focus has been really getting, the Justin Ruff sound out to people, but also incorporating some of those people. I know a good friend of mine he's a rapper here in Chicago, Murph Watkins, amazing. Definitely want him to be a part. Kevin Wilkie, a friend of mine that produces really soulful, D'Angelo-esque music, and I definitely want to include him on this. And like I said, my best friend who songwrites. I definitely want to make sure that the people that are supporting me and that really take out the time to show their appreciation for what I'm doing, I definitely want to include them in some way, shape, or form. So definitely, I think for this, I definitely want to make sure that I'm including close friends in the city and also from back home. A couple producers in Ohio that are really, really good friends of mine have showcased some interest too. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm incorporating those people for this album.
I like the song Dream Girls. Can you give us a concept of how you came up with the song Dream Girls?
Yeah, actually my best friend came up with the concept. I wanted for this also, because like I said, I have that jazz background, but I wanted for this project to really show a different side of me, the side that I want to pursue, just that R&B soul side. So this record is more of a hip-hop club-type record with a smoother jazz vocal over it. So it was just our way, and there are even some scat moments in there too. So this record was just a fun opener for the album. I wanted something fun, something fresh, but still, relatable and old school feel to open the album. So we came up with Dream Girl for this one.
All right, everyone. Here is Justin Ruff, Dream Girl.
Turn the beat up. Ay. Walk up in the club and seen Shawty looking so right. So right. I mean, the body was so crazy that she really had a brother tongue-tied. So shook up, trying to build the nerve up, gotta see what's up. So I said, Shawty, what you drinking? Ooh, I caught you winking. You know what I'm thinking? Anything you like, girl, I'm here to provide. And if you wanna leave with me, it's alright. I think I might have found my dream girl tonight. How you rockin' from the left, right, girl. Rock you into my dream world. Rock with me all night. Rock with me all night. Think I just be a fantasy girl, and you can roll with me though. Cause I can tell you dig my stilo, stilo, stilo. Daydreaming, I've been thinking of you. Daydreaming, I've been thinking of you. Think about it, baby. Tell me, baby girl, what you wanna do. Tell me, baby girl, what you wanna do. Anything you like, girl, I'm here to provide. And if you wanna leave with me, it's alright. I think I might have found my drip, get a deep body, get the tundra, baby. Anything you like, girl, I'm here to provide. And if you wanna leave with me, it's alright. I think I might have found my dream girl tonight. How you rockin' from the left, right, left, right, left, right, girl. How you rockin' from the rock you into my dream world. Rock with me, rock, rock, rock with me all night. Rock, rock, rock with me all night. I just found my dream girl. I've been dreaming, you got me feeling. I've been needing you. Can't believe I found you. Please don't freak me, your love can take me. Dream girl. I've been dreaming, you got me feeling. I've been needing you. I can't believe I found you. Please don't break me, your love can take me. Dream girl, I've been dreaming, you got me feeling. I've been needing you. Can't believe. Please don't break me, your love can take me. I had you rocking from the left, right, left, right, left, right, girl. And I can rock you in. Rock you into my dream world. Oh, rock with me. Rock, rock, rock with me all night. Rock, rock, rock with me all night. I just found my dream girl.
That was Dream Girls from Mr. Justin Ruff. All right, before you get out of here, we're going to do one more song. I want you to introduce your song, I Can Do It.
Yeah, this one, so I Can Do It, I really wanted to touch on those more. I love artists like Drake and The Weeknd and those people that it's almost like a singy talking type thing that they do, and I wanted to experiment on that with this as well, and also show a different side of Justin too. So, this is I Can Do It.
I could be your lover, I could be your friend. I'ma be real honest, babe. I just wanna be your man. If you let me in, girl, I can hold you down. If you really want me, baby, you know I'ma be around. When you feelin' weak, girl, I could be there, right? You ain't gotta worry, cause you know I got the thing on lock. I could be your remedy, I could ease your pain. If you ever need me, girl, call me and I'm on my way so I can. Do it, that's right, babe. Do it, anything you like, babe. Do it. I hope you understand. Tonight I'm at your command. Do it. That's right, babe. Do it. Anything you like, babe. Do it. I hope you understand. I can do it. You got me so open, it's like I'll be rushing home just so I can hold you. Yeah, and all my friends say it's a shame. You got me so gone. I wanna give you my last name. Anytime you need good loving, baby, I got what you need. You can tell me all your secrets, baby. Don't be scared of me. Oh no, if you give me the chance to really be that man, get lit, you know I'm a. Do it. That's right, baby. Do it. Anything you like, baby. Do it. I hope you understand. Tonight I'm at your command. Do it. That's right, baby. Do it. Anything you like, baby. Do it. I hope you understand. I can do it. Down. I'ma always hold you down. Hey, baby. Round. I'ma always be around for sure. You know I'ma do it. Yeah. Down. I'ma always hold you down. Be around. I'ma always be around for sure. I'ma hold you down. You know I'ma be around. Yeah. You know I'ma
Justin Ruff, I really enjoyed you dropping by our radio show. Before you get out of here, I'll tell our listeners where they can find you.
You guys can reach me at, my website is justinruffmusic.com, and I make it pretty easy to find me. So Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, all those different sites. They're Justin Ruff Music, R-U-F-F Music. And then if you Google Justin Ruff Music, it'll bring up all my information as well. And the EP, Introducing Justin Ruff, is free, and those are on all those sites as well.
All right, thanks so much for doing our show, Music with a Purpose.
I'll be your one desire. Got you like an addict. Ooh, you got to have it. Once you get a hit of this, I'll turn into your habit. I can be your habit. All up in your system. Other chicks are system. The feeling is amazing. Got your heart ablaze. Your heart blazing. Ooh, with you I'm craving like. Ooh, let me take you there like. Ooh, no worries or no cares. Breathe me in deep, deep. Let's feel the heat. I'll be discreet. You know that I can take you high. Elevated, elevated, elevated. I can take you high. Elevated, elevated, and elevated. Baby, we can touch the sky. Elevated, elevated, elevated. You know I can take you high. Elevated, elevated, I can take you high.
Like a Molly or some Mary. They asking her what drug she on, she probably on some Jerry. Lust and use amazingly, a satisfaction daily. Usually it's maybe 2 or 3 women I lust, but baby, I exclusively invite you to where you should be tonight to boost the flight that we embark on. Boo, that luggage ain't walk on, meaning I'll accept you. So that explains baggage claim. Shorty say her exes left her scatterbrain. Ain't that a shame? Let's get you high like you got NASA tatted. Fact, this ain't rocket science, this is basic mathematics. I'm elevated with you, I feel elated just to kiss you. Please don't shoot me out the sky yet. My fate is with you, darling, be my flight attendant. Has this flight of sin come to Murph's place tonight? See, I'll invite you in so we can see the stars together. We pause the weather to fly. We are wherever we are, we never depart whenever we high. Yeah,
light me up, come take a puff. Feel on my love, light me up, light me up. Come and take a puff. Let's get higher. We're so elevated. Ooh, I'm so elated. Love like this, got a brother feeling faded. So love, it's time to roll up. Let me light your soul up. And together we'll get high. And together we'll get high. Maybe we can touch the sky. And together we'll get high. Elevated, elevated, elevated. I can take you high. Elevated, elevated, and elevated. Baby, we can touch the sky. Elevated, elevated, elevated. You know I can take you high. Elevated. da,